Welcome back to another episode of the Yanadameen Godcast. I am Lord Jamar.
And I'm Rah Digga.
Joining us again this week is the one, the only, Schizo, a.k.a. Black Belushi. What's up?
Black Belushi.
What's up, bro?
I'm waiting for my college shirt to come in. I'm
Okay.
sweat every time I come here.
Get that Chicago Black Hawk shirt. That's what he had on in that picture. Chicago Blackhawks hockey shirt.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah,
Sounds
get that too.
Sounds awesome.
You have such pretty hair.
Oh, well, thank you.
He's follically unchallenged.
I've had problems actually with that. An ex-girlfriend shaved my head while I was asleep so she can make a weave out of it. So
No, you have like awesome, like you have the perfect like 3B kinky curly texture. Like bitches pay hundreds of dollars for that shit.
Yeah, that's
What
why.
number would that be?
That's the color. That's definitely number 2.
Well,
like sandy brown, dark sandy brown.
Sandy brown.
Yeah, it's like a number 2.
Okay, well.
I remember I was in L.A. and some guy tried to pull my hair like it was a wig, and it's in the standard. I'm not allowed to go in anymore. So
Actually, it could be mixed with a 4 because you've got some light brown tints in it. So yeah,
Okay,
it's good shit.
Weaveology. Today's mathematics is knowledge. You got to know the ledge, which is the light, so you don't fall off the edge into darkness. Knowledge is the foundation of all things, and we need knowledge in order to move and do all things in life. So, peace on this knowledge day. Well, shit, also today is Sunday.
Right.
And for a lot of people, today
happy birthday,
is a holiday or
Mom. Happy birthday, Mom.
holy day, however you'd like to pronounce it. Oh, today's your mother's birthday?
Yep.
Happy birthday, Mrs.
Yeah,
Mrs. Belushi.
Mrs. Frenick, yes. Happy birthday.
Mrs. Fernick.
Yes, Miss Frenick. Happy
Miss
birthday.
Fernick, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
From the Yanadameen Godcast. You have a fine young man here.
Fine, very fine.
A fine young man.
Unfortunately, I have no gifts for you because it's April Fool's, and every year I say I get you one, but I won't.
Right.
It's terrible.
We believe you when you say that you never met John Belushi. We believe her.
Yeah.
I guess this is just a weird coincidence.
Yeah, maybe so.
Anyway, so for a lot of people today, they're celebrating Easter,
Yep.
right?
They're probably at church as we speak.
And it's simultaneously April Fool's Day.
Right.
April Fool. You're looking like a fool. I love saying that. Like a fool. You sound like a fool.
Anatomy-wise, can I ask you guys questions? Where does a bunny and eggs fucking cross? Does eggs lay bunnies? Bunnies lay eggs? Eggs, bunnies,
Well,
bunnies, eggs?
they don't. It's about symbolism.
Easter bunnies,
You
Easter
see,
eggs.
an egg, represents life and rebirth, and
the bunny?
A bunny is supposed to represent, fertility, because it's an animal that reproduces very fast, and they like to fuck and all
you're
that.
born to repopulate.
So that's where fucking like a jackrabbit comes
Easter,
from.
where you can get pregnant and it'd be
Whoa,
okay.
I just thought that
Honey,
was
it's
gonna slide.
Easter. Let's
I
fuck
just
like
tried to
rabbits.
slide that in real quick.
Don't
Let's
tell
fuck
me
like rabbits.
you've been on this planet this long, and you are just now figuring out
I'm just now
what
making the
fucking like a
correlation.
jackrabbit means.
Well, I mean, I just assumed that
It just meant fast.
jackrabbits fuck fast.
Yeah, rabbits multiply very fast.
Okay.
That means
And they
just
fuck
letting off-
fast, too, so it's like-
I'm done one.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's, see, that was
You
one
want
of those
twins,
like
triplets?
context. That was one of those like context clues things. Something you just figured out. Has there ever been a thing that you feel bad that you don't know, like at a certain point in life that you're just too?
Oh, where you're just figuring it out type of
Yes,
shit.
You're like too ashamed to
Yes.
say out loud
It's-
or even
Yes,
ask.
I wanted to know, why is it that a hot dog pack comes in 10, but the buns come in a pack of 8?
Shit like that, right?
And my man is like, and I was thinking of that too.
Like-
Alex
like
said, and I
What
was
am I
thinking of
supposed
that.
to do with the other two?
Or how about knowing a person for so long, so many years, and you really don't know their name?
Yeah.
And it gets to like a point.
Well, you can never ask them.
And it gets to a point of like, you can't never say, see, what's your name?
Nah,
again?
you know what I'll do? I'll just wait till we go somewhere where they gotta show ID, and I'll just look over and be like,
because that's
hey, yo, Jamal,
that
yo,
might
yo,
not
come
even
on, let's go,
happen.
Jamal.
You know why? Because
Right?
we
Yeah,
already
Jamal.
in the spot when I see you. You understand? You are now my man. Yeah, that's my man. Yo,
Right.
my man, yo, homie.
And how about when you got to introduce them to people like, yo, this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's when you have the chance to, because you almost let niggas just introduce themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And then at that moment,
yeah,
that's when your ass better be on point and be like, what is this motherfucker's name? I'm probably going to forget anyway because I'm just bad with names, but I'm great with faces.
Now, what if you met somebody and your boy spoke sign language and met someone else who spoke sign language and he was just like,
listen,
I just told him my name and you're just like,
You're sidetracking me right now. Let's talk about some of the pagan origins. Well, I don't even like to use the word pagan, but let's talk about the fact that, well, first of all, what do they say that this is supposed to be about? This is like when Jesus died and like
No.
supposedly came back to life. Like, what do the Christians think Easter is for?
Good Friday is when he died, and Easter Sunday
is when he rose.
resurrected.
but if he died on Good Friday, why is it good? Why not Mournful Friday?
That's a good question.
Jesus is dead. It's so good. It's good.
Well, for those of
never
us
knew
that
that.
understand that this is all really an astrological occurrence when the sun appears to go and die for 3 days and then it rises again.
If you really want
On
to
the horizon.
if you really must know, my opinion is that God's an alien.
No. Anyway. No. Anyway. But there's a lot of other shit that goes into this. Okay, there was ancient Sumerian texts and gods and goddesses, and that's where a lot of this stems from. So you have one goddess. You may have heard the name Ishtar before. You ever heard of Ishtar?
I have, although
You don't know where. You can't quite place it. But
Yeah,
yes,
just
Ishtar is one of those
things
names.
you learn over
yeah,
the
that you
years.
hear Ishtar. Well, Ishtar was actually a female, and Ishtar can also be Astarte. This is the root of where Easter comes from. Astarte, Estar, Easter. You see what I'm saying? Like.
Okay.
And this is something that I think we need to really study as people, because a lot of times we talk about the dictionary and the definitions of words, but the definitions of words change over time. See, what we really need to start studying is etymology. Right. Etymology is the true meaning of words and where they start and how they change over time.
Kind of like where amen came from.
Amen Rah. You see what I'm saying? Yet all religions say amen because they're showing you where it all came from, what the root is, which is from, what they call the Egyptian mystery systems, and Amen Ra being the god. Yeah, so that being said, these are how different names and things start one place and transform over time and different languages as it moves geographically and all that. Yeah, so this is how you get the etymology from like Astarte to Easter. And there's a lot of things that we're going to go over in this show, not just about Easter, but like just how etymology and the root of words, and you can really see what something means if you break it down. Like, we use certain words all the time, but if we really break it down,
it really comes down to the base word and the prefix and the suffix.
Right, but we don't really pay attention to that a lot. We just use these words sometimes.
I had to in the process of preparing for the SATs in my school, they made us take a year of Latin because most of the Romance languages are derived from Latin. So
it's funny how they call it Romance language. What the fuck is a Romance language? What's that even mean?
I don't
It's
know.
because
I
us
guess,
Latin
I guess it's because
lovers.
both sound pretty.
Us-
Yeah, because they
us Latin
right.
lovers.
Because they try to
We
make their
we are
shit.
fine lovers.
They try to make
romantic.
their shit sound pretty.
We are
Like
live lovers.
yeah, as if
Because
Africans,
the word
we got
word
thousands
Roman,
of dialects in Africa, and you can't tell me that there ain't none of them that sound sexy or pretty or whatever the case may be.
but back to what you were saying, the word Roman is a romantic.
True.
Okay.
But look how the meaning has changed over time. See, Roman, you right. It does come from Rome.
Which also is where Saint Valentine.
But the word romantic has come to mean dealing with love and
Saint Valentine.
Yeah.
If you look up that history, that's also a Roman myth.
Romance
Yep.
is not just thought of as a place in Rome. You know what I mean? It's thought of as an expression of love,
But in reality, people
which
over
is some
there-
bullshit.
People over there back in the day
Because
were more
the
into
Romans
bromance.
are far from the most
Ruthless.
loving people
Yeah.
on this fucking
No,
planet.
they were
Ruthless
into, they were
hoes.
into bromance. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
cut the bullshit.
bromance orgies and stuff.
Which leads us into April Fools. Cause you a fool if you even fucking with this damn Easter shit right now. You at church with your Sunday best on, like this is a special day for you. God damn it, you're looking like a April Fool.
Just
My brother's gonna be dying when he see this episode, because we always say this amongst ourselves and shit. Yeah, so this is almost like an inside joke going on right now.
Okay.
With the fool, you're acting like a fool. Anyway, so yeah, April Fool. I'm gonna tell you what the gods used to say, and this ain't no shit you're probably gonna find on the internet and all that, right? But the mythology behind April Fools that we used to hear was that was the day that the white man, John Hardy Hawkins, went over there and said, Assalamu alaikum. He spoke in the original language to the people in Africa, to the ones that, they did trick to come over here, because it wasn't this whole gangster, yo, come here. Now, first of all, we did speak about, yes, we were over here too, but yes, they did get some of us from Africa and bring us here. They even did bring some of us from here and bring us to Africa. That's a whole nother story we're going to talk about. But originally, they went to us and said, I'll give you more gold for what you're earning right now. Although all the gold and diamonds is in Africa, but these particular brothers and sisters didn't necessarily know that.
Hey, I'll pay you to work on your own backyard.
Basically, I'll give you more
I'll give you
than what's
something.
over. You have everything right now. You have all the gold and shit. But I'm gonna offer you more. So basically, greed tricked you over here. You see what I'm saying? And that's a lesson to be learned too. Like, we had everything we needed, and we thought there was more than 360 degrees. We thought there was 366. So we were tricked to come over here. Then once we're over here, oh shit! Now you can pull out the guns and the shackles and all this type of shit, and then go back and tell my people, oh, your people's doing great over there. They miss you, yo. They got fucking kingdoms over there. You need to come over there, really. You know what I mean? Come on. Few fucking times of doing that. Now we weakened you motherfuckers. Now we can go over. Now we took all the strongest men and even the strongest women. Now
Divide
we can go
and
over there
conquer.
and just pluck motherfuckers away. It's the path of least resistance, which kind of leads us into gun control and all the shit that we see with all these school shootings and all that. It always leads to gun control, and it's about trying to take guns away from the people. And who's going to do that? People with guns, the government.
do you know this is?
And then they're going to be the only ones with
these
the
are all the
guns.
same topics that's just being recycled over and over again throughout centuries and decades. It's all about fear and hope.
Right.
That if you have fear in the people, you control them. If you have hope in the people, you control them, and they just find ways to manipulate it and either or to keep people going. Oh, gun shootings in schools. Oh my God, I'm fearful. Don't worry, we'll throw rocks at them. Did you hear about that? The teacher that said that he's gonna have buckets of rocks. Yeah, if someone comes in, we'll just stone them. Like that's what he said. If you look it up, there's a teacher that actually said we'll defend our schools with stones.
Wow.
Bless their hearts.
That's some real
You got
archaic
6-year-old,
shit.
7-year-old kids that can't even throw dodgeballs. You want them to throw stones?
Bless their hearts.
Alex, what's my time? Okay, cool. Well, that's kind of crazy. That sounds really archaic. Like we're going to throw stones at a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to see the face of the guy holding a AR-15, looking at a bunch of kids throwing stones at him. What do they think? What do they think the outcome of that is going to be?
Get them, kids.
A motherfucker going to be irritated as a motherfucker, I'll tell you that.
Whole
Getting hit with rocks and shit.
whole classroom will be dismissed in that way.
Shouts out to Stormy McDaniels.
Well,
Just
now that we got
sidebar.
that out the way, Digga, you looking like you getting ready to go to the motherfucking, I don't know where you going, to the prom or something?
Tonight is ladies' night. Shouts
And the
out to
feelings
my,
right?
She got
Shouts out
a
my girl
bunch
Melanta.
of mermaid fins on her nails.
Cool in the gang in it?
It's my best friend's birthday.
What is
so
she, an Aries? What's her sign?
she's Aries, yes.
Okay.
Oh, good
all
Lord.
the way. So yeah.
God bless you for having an
We're about
Aries
to
friend.
go do things that fire signs do. Sagittarius, Aries, you know.
Ah. And are you staying on this side of the pond, or are you heading into the city?
We'll probably stay on this side, you know.
I don't even want to tell them really what this side of the pond is, but we are on the side of a pond. But there's a lot of ponds that we could be on the side of.
Yeah, well,
but these are the ponds where like the fish from The Simpsons swam in with the 3 eyes. It's that type of pond. I keep looking at your nails. They're like really aquatic, like Atlantis.
Thank
it's really
you.
nice. So they're really good. They make me want to drink Crown Royal.
sparkly and
Yeah.
bluey and
Yeah, I like it. Like mesmerized, like oh.
It's called Ocean Winters, the color.
There it is. Ocean Winter with little pearls on it. It's cool.
So we got 5 minutes. What, like 2 minutes left? All right.
Any comments? I actually didn't get into the comments this week. I had a really busy week, guys.
What'd you do this week, real quick?
I don't know actually. I just know I was late to every single thing. I have no idea what I was doing. I was working a lot. I was doing a lot of work. I've been taking my mom to the gym.
Oh.
So that was like a task in itself.
Mom, what gym?
Lifetime Fitness.
I've never heard.
What
that.
y'all
Do they
working
play,
on?
Do they play all Lifetime movies there?
What kind of
Or-
exercise y'all doing?
Well, she's doing aqua aerobics.
Oh, okay.
She's doing aqua aerobics,
She's
and
not trying to get them squats. In.
I do Pilates and core blast, and I do all this other stuff that means nothing when I leave and eat a whole basket of fried chicken.
Yeah.
But just some mommy and me time. She's retired now, so she's a little has all this free time on her hands and all this pension pay falling out of the sky. So I'm just helping steer her down the path of righteousness so she can have a nice, blissful retirement.
All right, well, check it out. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to talk about the South African president who wants to take the land back from the white people and give it to the black people. And then I also want to talk about the slave who taught Jack Daniels how to make motherfucking whiskey, and now they just now acknowledging the brother. And
I'm just gonna be a student today. I'm just here to listen to you drop all this knowledge.
We're going to keep it knowledge packed today. Let's go. Yanadameen Godcast.
Even when it comes to, look at the areas of activity, when it comes to religion, what? Black church. Yet, if you run across a white person, he'll say, Christian church. And then the black person say, oh yeah, well my church is Christian. It wouldn't be a church. I was raised up in the Christian church. You say, yeah, but people call it a black church. Well, that's just an expression that we use. We who? We Christians? How come white people ain't packing in your church? You got thousands of them. Is there something inferior about your religion? They come and take a look and say, oh, I can look at your religion and tell it's invalid. Therefore, I'm not coming to your church. It's a church. it's a Christian church, and I'm a white man, and I called it a Christian church. But when I came over there and took a look, I saw black people in that church, Christian church. And so, hey, that's a religion of another color. Oh, yes, that's a religion of another color. That has nothing to do with me. That's what that white person is saying. Otherwise, white people would go to any church that they saw on any corner when they moved in a town. And they would say, oh, there's a church down on the corner, so, you know. But somebody says, oh, but that's a black church. Oh. Yeah, but it's Christian hell, you know. That's a black church. That's a different thing altogether. No, I ain't going down there. For what? They don't have nothing to offer me. Well, they got the same Bible. I don't care what they got to say. They ain't got the same color I have. Got that? Are you crazy? And by now, they probably don't want me in there anyway. They'll think I shoot up the place.
All right, welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I am Lord Jamar.
Digga.
Black Belushi.
Black Belushi. I should start getting used to that roll call thing.
Come on, man.
Okay, the blackness of Belushi.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah, I got it.
So we back, and I said when we come back, we're going to talk about the new South African president who wants to return the land from the whites back to black South Africa.
That's deep. Let's give him applause.
Now, wait.
Let's give him a round.
Does it say what parts?
What parts?
Yeah, it's kind of like a chicken, you know, like if you get the chicken and they give you the parts that you don't want, like the elbow of the
Right.
wing.
Is he going to try to give them the poorest part of the planet Earth and
yeah.
keep the best part for himself?
Yes.
See, that's something that's in our lessons.
That's the question to ask.
Well, first of all, black South Africans are 79% of the population, yet they own only 1.2% of the rural land.
That's crazy.
1.2% of the rural land. The South Africa's newest president, Cyril Ramaphosa, has promised to return the land owned by whites to black South Africans. This land distribution program, said the newly sworn-in president, would be done through expropriation without compensation. So he's straight doing some white man shit. He's doing what white people have done to black people systematically whenever they got into a land, which is to expropriate that land without compensation. Get the fuck out of here. Or if they do compensate, it's a bullshit, inadequate compensation. You know, we're going to get Manhattan for some mirrors and some combs and beads and shit like that.
No, like the Brooklyn Bridge trade, what they do with the Indians, like, here, pound of feathers.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, so they're going to do that in order to accelerate the redistribution of land of black South Africans, said President Ramaphosa. It says, according to a recent land audit report, black South Africans, or 79% of the population, only own 1.2% of the rural land in the country. Meanwhile, the white people in the country only represent 9% of the population and own 23.6% of its rural land and 11.4% of land in towns and cities.
In other words, you guys.
So what's happening with the rural land?
You don't
Farming
own shit.
and
That's basically what he's saying. You guys own shit.
Shit, a lot of times the rural land ain't shit happening on the rural land.
right. It's just land.
Yeah, it's just land. They struggling out there, though. A lot of times, you know.
A couple of Chinese restaurants.
I mean, maybe some of it,
you know.
I mean, South Africa is a very beautiful place. I've never been there yet. Hint, hint. Y'all need to get us out there. But You know, so I know there is like rural, where rural could mean maybe a beautiful, you know, lush, where you might see animals, but then it also might be a rural, like, you know,
forest.
yeah, very dusty, dirty road with a bunch of shacks on it. So it all depends.
But basically,
it's still land.
we only own 1% of all of that.
It's still land, you know.
Now, Robert Mugabe did try to do something like this in the 90s and 2000s, and it led to an economic downturn with food production plummeting in the country at the time. Now, your man Ramaphosa said he's assured that they're dealing with the complex matters and to not let the mistakes of the past, you know, happen.
See,
again.
that's why I asked, like, what's happening with that land, because although it sounds great in theory, if we put all that land, you know, back into the hands of people that are not experienced or you know, really just have no idea what to do with it, you know, you don't necessarily want to see it depreciate.
Well,
either.
see, but a lot of times it's us. It's us, first of all.
It's a great concept.
Yeah, we
though.
know what to do with land.
But it's almost like just picture this. Just imagine, like, in real life, we all got our reparations back. Like, just imagine every black person in America right now got everything that was coming to them, you know.
You'd see a 2-year-old with a mouthful of gold.
It's like, right. I think along with that, there has to be some sort of conditioning. Like, you really have to be prepared.
People don't know how to deal with all money at once.
Even when I went away to boarding school, you know, there are arguments now, like, you know, this is great, you know, giving these black children in the inner city the opportunity to afford this higher education. But in real life, we're just thrusted in a dorm room with a bunch of rich white girls, and it's like it's more than just opportunity. It takes a certain mental conditioning and preparation to deal with that. And if you're not, you know, it may not necessarily be a good thing. Like, you know, who's to say I wouldn't have been better off in a black boarding school or you know what I mean?
That's called the token experience.
It was, and it was an experience. It was an experience. I mean,
one.
You know, here I am, you know, with my 25-cent bag of barbecue potato chips and you know, used to stopping at the candy truck on the way home from school every day. My mama playing disco albums, but I have a roommate who's like getting flown into school on a helicopter. It's just, you know, sometimes those you get.
Wait, who the fuck getting flown to school in a helicopter?
My freshman roommate was a princess in Nepal.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm Rashia Fisher from North New Jersey.
Do you still have her number? I'd like to crown her.
I'm this little black girl from Brick City, New Jersey, trying to be a rapper.
And you going to school with broads that's getting dropped off
in
helicopters. Please, you need to pass me her number.
And my roommate is a princess
reunion.
in Nepal. So you know that. But
I think they say Nepal.
Nepal.
Yeah, well, I'll be Nepaling.
Tomato. The bitch was rich. Fuck her and Nepal. Paul.
I'll be Nepaled and appalled if I don't get her number.
But basically,
get rid of Princess.
Basically, you know, if this happens, I just hope along with that, I hope they don't just dump a bunch of land, you know, into people's hands. Like, I hope there comes like a conditioning process as well.
Absolutely, it has to be, you know,
systematically
done correctly, and it can't be just about we're just giving the land away to everybody. It has to be distributed equitably and.
But I'm curious to follow that.
I
want to see where
you can get the land, but you get it shareholdings. Okay.
But now I'm curious if any of these motherfucking white people's gonna try to like poison the land.
I was about to say,
you understand?
They're not giving it up without a fight.
Exactly. Are we gonna give this up without a fight?
Some of them blackface.
Or are we gonna fucking be like, I'll be out, but I'm gonna fucking like literally poison the land? Like, you could do that. Like, you can inject some shit into the soil that'll fuck this shit up for, you know, 20 years to come type of shit. They know what the fuck
like a
they
desert.
doing.
It's like all the soil will dry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
Interesting.
so
Congratulations.
did you know?
You got a new shitting pond. Is that what they're giving you?
Did you know for this week? My man Harold actually brought this to me. Do you know? First of all, do you drink Jack Daniels? Anybody drink Jack Daniels?
Jack and Coke. Jack and
I
Coke.
drink it sometimes.
No,
that's my
I eat
my
it on
second.
steak and shit like that. Yeah.
If I go somewhere and they tell me they ain't got no cognac, because I drink like Remy and Henny and Coke, Remy and Coke. That's my shit. You know what I mean? And plenty of smoke. That's my shit.
I think I went through a phase of whiskey sours in my 20s. Going to the club.
So when I go there and they tell me they ain't got that, my runner up is Jack and Coke. Now, it turns out Jack Daniels is the best selling whiskey in the world. Did you know that?
Makes sense. Definitely the most.
When you think of a whiskey,
Right.
You kind of
That's
think
the
of
first
Jack
name that
Daniels.
comes to mind.
The cover looks like a racist black and white silent movie. So
Well,
I
do you
guess-
know the name? Do you know the name Nearest Green?
I know a guy who sells weed, and that's the nearest green, but I never
The nearest
The
green.
nearest guy with green to you. No, not nearest, but nearest. Nearest Green is this week's Did You Know?
Please expound, Brother Jay.
Well,
you know?
Nearest Green turns out to be a slave or an ex-slave who Uncle Nearest actually taught his protege, Jasper Daniels, old Jack Daniel,
Damn, his name is Jasper, though?
how to make whiskey.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Yeah, Jasper was his Jack was his nickname of Jasper, and I mean literally, Jasper the white boy was his student when it comes to making whiskey. So this white boy sat up under this black man, this slave, and learned the art of making Tennessee whiskey. Here we are. So many years later, whatever the case may be, we've all heard it. We've all heard of Jack Daniels, but none of us have never heard of Nearest Green.
Never.
Maybe she was doing a documentary or something like that and brought this to the forefront. And apparently,
What's their
the
cut?
makers of Jack Daniels is now acknowledging this, that yes, Nearest Green did teach old Jasper how to make whiskey, and
I can imagine.
you
So,
really
so you know the saying, behind every great man is a great woman. So now we can comfortably say behind every great white idea was a slave.
well, no, behind every
A black
great,
man. behind every
white
great invention
idea
was a black man.
is not an idea at all. Well, yeah, I'd like to see if does this family get some sort of Jack Daniels reparations as far as retroactive?
You get
like we acknowledge
jug of
that
whiskey and shirts for you and your babies.
right? Because we acknowledge that we wouldn't have this empire were it not for the knowledge bestowed upon, our forefather by your forefather. So,
You want to share? I'll share my Durango with you. That's what I'll do. You ain't getting to share this money. Like, listen, they're not giving him nothing, not a dime. Because he could be like, well,
I think they're going to give him his own whiskey now, though.
I was
they're
gonna
gonna have
say
his
for
own.
them to-
Like I said, I called it before, rumperations. Is that what it's called? Because I don't know what's the whiskey gonna be called. You got me. That's what it's gonna be called. Like, what's the name of the whiskey?
You got me.
the new liquor, Dignity. Like, what are you gonna call it after you guys got
I
robbed?
was gonna say, you know what? I don't know if getting your own whiskey is good.
underneath them, yeah, we know we robbed.
Rappers are getting their own liquor.
Exactly.
So is that really like a
Diddy's like, oh, I've been did that.
like, is that a real?
This motherfucker had to wait since slavery, and finally
Is
he
that a
get his
real
own liquor.
reparation?
Motherfucker, they should make a drink that
I
cures hangovers. They'll make a killing with that. Then, but not have
I
your
mean,
own thing.
but honestly, the fact that they're even acknowledging it, I think they might have something planned for
It's because
them,
they running out of ideas, so they want to go back to the fountain tap they had and be like, give them their own little piss water as long as they help us out. Like that's That's
All right, so
usually
listen,
what
we
it
got 5 minutes. Let's talk about some internet dumb shit real quick. Schizo, you have a story that you want to bring
I don't
to the
think that's
table?
5 minutes enough. I think it's more than that.
Listen,
and we're
you're gonna fit it
I'm
into
gonna ask,
5
I'm gonna
minutes.
ask Rah Digga about this. Have you heard the Wendy's mixtape?
The Wendy's mixtape.
Wendy's, the food,
Oh yes, yes.
came out with a mixtape.
Yeah, I didn't.
Her name is Queen Wendy.
I didn't hear the tape from start to
It's called We
finish.
Beefin'.
I didn't hear it from start to finish, but I've been seeing things online.
You
about
heard Rest in Grease? That's one of the actual names.
it. No, I didn't hear that one.
I'm not gonna lie, the production on it is
Like a
actually-
Wendy's mixtape. This is how commercialized hip hop has got.
the
that
production
there's
is
a
amazing.
Wendy's
Actually, on
mixtape,
it actually is pretty amazing. Honestly,
and it's good. You're telling me it's
I'll
good?
be honest with you. Out of all the hip hop, best mixtape I've heard all year.
Cold with the flows, but the meat ain't frosty. Say I'm too smug, but I can't keep them off me. We need this thing, you can see I'm too saucy. Hashtag legend, I can't keep these fakes off me.
Wow.
I've actually heard good things about it. Somebody tagged me
Now,
about getting in on it. I just,
Best. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Now and then, Hamburger Helper.
I was gonna
came
say,
out
who
with a
else got
mixtape.
one?
Hamburger Helper came out with a mixtape. It's called Watch the Stove, and they got a song called Whipping It, which sounds like they're making drugs, but it's
I love it.
It's
I
about
love
making
it.
food.
I've been in the kitchen, whipping. I've been chefing, mix it with my left hand. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it.
Now here's what I propose. I propose we make a mixtape and call it the Crown Fry Royal mixtape, and call it Hold the Crown. And then in the videos, we just throw like Crown Fried Chicken at all like the McDonald's and Wendy workers and stuff like that. We'll make a killing because like, what the fuck is hip hop now? What is it now? What is it? I think it became saturated after they started incorporating
gimmicks.
bling bling. Once they started incorporating bling bling, it became over. I see a Kmart commercial, bling bling. I'm like, nah, I don't want to deal with this.
I'll be honest. As much as I try to stay in the loop of things, I really just don't acknowledge stuff that I just don't consider real. Like I would just prefer to stay in my bubble of what I believe hip hop is supposed to be and will always be to me. So I try not to, get caught up in stuff going on outside of the bubble. But somebody did tag me about that Wendy's mixtape.
Yes, do listen to it. Like I said, the hottest mixtape right now, better than all these mumble rappers that sound like they have marshmallows in their mouth trying to speak words.
I ain't heard this shit. I almost would feel stupid. Like, yo, my nigga,
Shahad.
yo, you heard that Hamburger Helper mixtape?
Nah,
my
Hamburger,
nigga?
yo, there's only one track on
Like,
that.
yo,
one. But that
that
Wendy's
shit is
joint-
bomb.
And when he joined is alright.
Yo,
Fat motherfuckers.
that
Bump
beef with the
that.
season,
Like
that
the-
beef with the
like-
season song,
The follow-up single,
beef with the
Double Stack?
seasoning. That's that shit.
The follow-up single is 444.
4 for 4. I was about to say 4 for 4. Oh,
Yep,
wait.
see?
I don't know. I'm intrigued now.
She said, I'm intrigued.
4 for 4, that lick the best. 4 for 4, forget the rest. 4 for 4, you getting blessed. Red hair with some pigtails, better check the score of these meal sale. Now that's better, I'm so clever, my bar's chilly, better grab a sweater. You block my tweets, can't squash the beef, now you check my feet and your eyes swelling. How you love that? These straight facts, trying to take the swag, but we don't want it back.
Well,
Yeah,
listen.
go listen to that.
Listen, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to talk about real quick the Roxanne Shante movie.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, we're going to go on IG Live, and we're all going to talk about it. We're going to see how we feel about it, how the people felt about it. When we come back.
Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. 2 fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian peace gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodcheat.com. Get yours today.
All right, welcome back. Yanadameen Godcast, Lord Jamar.
Digga.
Black Belushi.
Okay. So, like I said before the break, I wanted to come back and talk about the Roxanne Shante Netflix biopic.
First of all, let's give Shante a round of applause. I'm holding my phone. I can't. Everybody got to sit their phone down.
I'll put it down for that.
Yes.
You can see my hands.
Let's give Shante an applause.
Yo, I was
through
so
Netflix.
proud of my sister to see.
This is why nobody wants to boycott Netflix. Like, wait, not before my show.
You're gonna have to relax, Monique. Roxanne got a biopic coming out, and I don't think we're gonna be able to boycott this shit.
Not just yet. 5 more minutes.
Not just yet.
Shouts out to Roxanne though for that.
Yo, first of all, she was one of my first hip hop crushes back in the days, I think. I saw her perform at the spot called
What
Wheels.
kind of crush though? Was
She was
she
my
like a
first
crush,
everything.
or like you had the Word Up magazines and you used to keep them sticky pages crush?
Nah, not like that. She was just a fly, like that ponytail and all that.
Yeah. And that was her real hair.
Yo, was it?
That was her real hair.
Yo, that shit was looking slick as like the girl in the movie. Yo, even her shit wasn't as slick as Shantae's fucking ponytail was in its prime.
That press was mean.
Like that shit was
Shante
mean.
had the mean
and she
press.
just looked like at the time the epitome of like a drug dealer's girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Well,
so I'm a young street nigga at the time, and she came to Yonkers at the spot called Wheels. I'm like 16, she's like 16. I'm cool and fly. I'm just hoping that she fucking can see me from the stage. Of course she can't see me, but in my mind, I'm like, if she do see me, I would be the nigga that she would choose because I'm a cool fly nigga. You know what I mean? So this is my whole crush that I had her at the time.
Jamar's dark twisted fantasy.
Yeah, my dark twisted fantasy of Roxanne Shante.
Well, to me, the pioneer female MC, Shante. Well, no, okay. Seriously, all jokes aside, Shante is the female rapper that physically made me pick up a pen to write a rhyme. Like before that, I was listening to music. I was studying, the rappers. But to hear this girl go at UTFO the way she did, that really inspired me.
My name is Roxanne. I don't you know, I just a cold rock a party and I do the show. I snap at these 3 guys and you know that's true. Let me tell you and explain them all to you.
I'm gonna tell you the first people don't now hip hop fun fact. The first rhyme I ever wrote in my life was in my own head. I inserted myself in those Roxanne wars. When I heard the real Roxanne come back and go at Shante, I got a tape recorder from Radio Shack.
You said, "Oh no, you didn't."
I had the instrumental in the background. I was Shantae's sister, y'all. In my space, I was Roxanne Shantae's sister, and I wrote a rhyme dissing the real Roxanne.
Wow.
I was not playing.
Can you remember any of it?
I can't remember.
Come on, give me one
I really
fucking
can't.
line.
No, I swear to God.
Bitch, I'll snatch your weave out
words.
something like.
I swear to God,
words.
I've tried.
Something with 8-ball jacket.
I think I might have said something slick about her being Puerto Rican. I think there might have been like a slur at that time,
some
like
sort of racial slur.
like don't be
you can't even say these.
like don't come. I don't even look. 2018.
I am a Boricua.
Basically, it was like don't come at my sister. We gonna jump you.
We don't play that shit.
Yeah, it's like we gonna jump you.
On the behalf of all the Puerto Ricans, can you just tell us what word that was that you?
I don't remember. Well, okay, when I was little, when I was little, Spanish people were spics to me.
Okay.
But you grow up and you're not familiar
You know what we
with
used to call Puerto Rican people in New York?
Do you?
What we used to call them?
Besides New Ricans?
Nazis.
Yeah.
Did you know they used to call Puerto Ricans Nazis? Because there used to be Puerto Rican gang back in the days that fucking used to go around. They had the Nazi fucking patches and shit on their fucking jackets and shit.
Bikers.
And along and somewhere along the line, you know, certain black people was calling Puerto Ricans Nazis.
Right. Do you know where the word spick came from?
I have no idea.
No, what's the etymology of spick, sir?
I actually have no idea.
Spick and span?
You know, you're a kid, you just hear bad shit, and you just can't wait to repeat it. You have no idea what it means.
Europeans came onto the land and came up to Taino Indians, which is where we thrive from, and they said, do you speak English? And we said, speak, because we didn't know what we were saying, so just speak sound like spick. So that's what they kept calling us, just spick.
I never knew
Speak
that.
English? Like that, so
I never knew that. Wow, learn a piece of new.
So, all right,
information every day.
So listen, we saw the Netflix, the Roxanne Shante.
We
movie.
saw the movie.
What do we think?
As a whole, I loved the movie. I think as a female rapper, I wanted to see more of her rap story because she's so iconic in that realm that I wanted to I appreciated her backstory, like her life story and her struggle and just that whole triumph, but I wanted to see what made Shante. Like, why are we seeing a movie about Shante right now? Because this girl was in battles, and it can't, you know, she tells the story of battling, coming down to, I think, her and Busy B, and then she ended up losing, and come to find out it was because at the time, hip-hop was starting to become commercialized, and the best in the world couldn't be a 15-year-old girl. Like, when she tells this story in interviews and stories like that, like, I want to see this. Right. I wanted to see that stuff in the movie. Like, I really wanted to see her going, you know, taking niggas' heads off.
I wanted to see it to be more like 8 Mile instead of it being more like Green Mile.
Hey, we will not slander Shante today.
I'm talking about.
We will not slander.
I am not keeping it real.
How do you mean? But when you say like, Green Mile,
because like Green Mile, of course, that movie's all dramatic,
like sad story, like drama.
Like I wanted to see the bulldog Roxanne.
But I understand what you mean, like in regards to 8 Mile, because 8 Mile was the perfect balance of, you know, in the daytime or whatever, he's grinding, he's doing what, you know.
You got to see both sides.
He's going through those rap struggles, and then he comes home and has to deal with this, you know.
Exactly. For all that,
I watched family.
First of all, let me just say.
I get that.
Let me just say.
I would have liked to see.
I've only seen the movie once, right?
Roxanne's?
Yes.
Okay.
And I went into it really wanting to like it. Okay? So I might even looked over certain things upon reflection. But as I was watching it, not gonna lie, like when the whole shit started, I was feeling rather verklempt. As far as like almost choked up at the fact that, you know, because I know Shante. We've done plenty of shows together, and she, you know, she's become a friend of mine.
So you have a biased opinion about this movie?
Yeah, well, yes and no. I was just very happy for her, and I'm a sucker for an underdog story. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit will just, you know what I mean? Like I'm not ashamed. And so when the fucking movie started, and she looked back at her mama, and she was like, "Can I curse?" Yeah, right. Go ahead, as long as you win that $50.
Right.
That part right there, I was like, just something came over me, like, you know what I mean, an emotional thing. Oh, and shout out to the Nia Long. I think she did a fucking excellent job.
Absolutely, did a great job.
We always know that she is a excellent actress. I mean, she's been doing this shit for years.
That's who I had a crush on back in the days.
Yeah, of course we all.
I wanted to give Nia that long.
But
such misogyny up here.
What? No, not at all.
What was I going to say?
No
objectifying.
Yeah, I think she did
no filter.
Objectifying the great Nia Long.
I think she did a really, really extra good job. I don't know if it's just because she wanted to see this movie do really well, but I feel like she
played that role.
I feel like she did well enough to be nominated for some shit, to be honest. Her role. I'm not gonna say the whole shit,
felt it.
but I feel like her role, she did well enough to be nominated for something. Now I don't know if this.
I felt like I wanted to send some niggas out to find her 20 grand. Like, she made me feel that loss.
I don't know if this has enough budget behind it for people to campaign for shit like that for her, but I feel like she was definitely worthy of that. That being said, yes, I think there could have been more rhyming. I
think the movie that I'm looking for is maybe the Juice Crew movie. I think. Like to start off like that scene that I was saying
movie that's
when she said, "Mama, can I curse?" and then to not like show why you was the dopest, you know, to be a 10-year-old girl,
right,
and all of that, and battling a grown person,
right?
Like that would have really blown us away and made us believers at that point,
right? I wanted to see, you know, just as an MC myself and a female, and not just a female MC, but one who really dedicated my life and my craft to not selling sex, to focusing strictly on like the bars and lyricism, you know, the lyrical aspect of it. Like I wanted to see each step, you know, each plateau that she reached, you know, moving through her career like that.
Well, I
really wanted to see that.
There's also rumors that she somehow got the record company to like pay for her education, and then she became a doctor or got a doctorate and all.
That wasn't there.
It got debunked though.
Yeah,
it's like they probably went like, okay, what's this good things about her? We don't need any of that.
So, you know what? That was, I think, what was
drama cells.
Slate magazine, I think, was getting ready to do like a story on her. So they went digging, and you know, this was prior to social media.
It's
and
knowledge.
All that.
What's up? I see you, my man.
Say what you want, but I think someone attempted to do like a real story, like behind the scenes on her, and dug up some stuff.
Now, here's a question I have for both you guys.
That wasn't true.
What is your favorite artist biopic?
My favorite biopic? New Edition. The New Edition story was
Temptations.
I was gonna say Temptations. Yep.
Temptations a strong set. Well, see,
mine would be
series,
Five Heartbeats, except they're not real.
But you know what? It's the
but
same.
Five Heartbeats
the same
is mine.
No. Doesn't count. Same fucking
actor.
Same
learn.
It's the same actor in Five Heartbeats. And he plays a junkie in both movies. Like,
and that's my dude. Shout out Michael Wright.
Yeah, right.
Like I've hung out with Michael Wright.
He looks
that
like
motherfucker got spider senses and all that.
Does he have like a cocaine nail?
I don't know, but I sang. We got drunk at a spot, and I was with my man Star. Rest in peace to my man Star. And we sang. What the fuck did we sing? Not that one. What's the other one?
Damn, I don't know.
Someone would have to know.
Damn, I'm like, damn,
someone would have to know what that one was first before they know the other one.
Wait, what's the part when he came up to him and he was fucked up? And they was like, just go home, man. Like he had the suit on and he pulled the shit out.
Yeah.
And he said, nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall.
He hit him with the Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul.
Night like this. Like he was Jimmy all fucked up. He was like, I still got it, guys. Yo, I sang that. We sang that. Me, Michael Wright, and my nigga Star, drunk at a fucking restaurant in Chelsea.
Yes, you're alive.
Peace.
Peace, what's good?
Peace to the gods. Peace.
How you be?
How you?
I'm great. What's your name?
Peace. This Pierre.
What's up, Pierre?
What's going on? Peace.
Ain't shit. Did you see the Roxanne Shante biopic?
Nah, I actually talked to her before it came out.
Wait, I'm sorry. I got somebody on this live here. I'm sorry, brother. I gotta disconnect you.
I was talking to her with Uncle Ralph. You know what I'm saying? When she was talking about it and all that, we had a good conversation.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm gonna check it out though. I told her I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, we're trying to get people's opinion on it right now. I liked it. You know what I mean? First of all, let me just say that from what I understand, this movie only had like $100,000 budget. And if you know anything about making films, that ain't shit. So what they was able to do with that amount of money, listen, I ain't mad at you, okay?
Being it's Netflix, that's a big look.
Right. So shout out to Roxanne Shante. You got anybody you want to shout out and all that? Because we trying to run through.
We're trying to find people who saw the actual movie.
Get some opinions.
You didn't see the movie, so you were completely worthless.
Just shout out Yanadameen Godcast, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Rah Digga, you know what I'm saying? Lord, you already know, Jamar, me and you, we go back.
Okay, tell a friend to tell a friend. I see your face.
And your friends of your friends' friends.
You're ready, but I'm definitely going to check it out, though, right after
Congratulations, you won some eyeglass cleaner. I shall send it to you in your mail.
Yo, every time I try to...
Careful with this guy, too, by the way.
Yeah,
we're gonna find somebody who actually saw the movie, so we'll talk later.
It's terrible.
Oh, wait, we have somebody who actually saw the movie that's coming in that wants to chime in. Miss
I'm sorry, I gotta look at all these cameras too. Everybody like, what are
Rick.
you holding the camera?
Oh shit.
Rick. Oh, Rick decides not to go.
That's not part of the guy.
If anybody saw the Roxanne Shante,
I just popped up on my show like,
if you guys saw the Roxanne Shante movie, if you actually had a Netflix and chill night, it was not fucking while the movie was playing.
That's like a bod.
Let me know now so we can cam you up live and ask you questions on what you think about the movie.
I don't even know what he's talking about right now. We over here on some other shit in his phone.
Yo, that was a timeline. That's all I can say.
Okay, it's one of those.
I'm just leaving it.
He's got one of them booty claps that crack.
Make it clap.
walnuts.
I think the consensus is we wanted to see more like rhyming shit. Yes?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to see. I definitely wanted to see some more rhyming
shit.
Hey, what up?
Hey.
You're live on the Yanadameen Godcast. Holla.
Hey, check this out.
Okay.
What a
Nelly Fuller Jr.
What's that?
This the book by Nelly Fuller Jr. I appreciate y'all for spreading that knowledge. You know what I mean? I'm at the job right now. I got on my penguin suit and all that.
That's all good.
It's all good.
Try to make sure that you talk really low so the white man doesn't hear you.
Hey, you already know. Yo, shout out to Roxanne Shante. I seen the movie.
What'd you think of it?
I mean, I thought it was awesome. You know what I mean? I'm an 80s baby, so you know, she was like a childhood hero to me. You know what I mean?
Mine too.
Where you from?
Word. Well, I'm in Newport News, VA.
Okay.
Oh, shouts out. I'll be down in Norfolk on Saturday. I got a show down there with DJ
Rah
B.
Digga stay working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She stay busy.
Them shows never stop.
Stay working.
Hey, listen, Digga, I would never miss one of your shows. You know what I'm saying? I used to follow you when you was with the Outsiders. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Real hip hop.
Come on out.
That's what's up.
Saturday,
Matter of fact, VA, Newport News, shout out my man Funk, Crummy Beats. That's what it is.
Facts. Definitely. Word. But yeah, man, I follow y'all all the time, man. Big up, yo. I'm trying to spread everybody, put them on this wave right here.
I appreciate it. Well, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? Godcast up in this motherfucker. You heard?
Already, Lord. You already know.
Well, yo, we about to be out, man. We running out of time and shit. We appreciate you hitting us up, bro.
Absolutely.
You want to shout anybody out before you be out?
Yo, I want to man, woman, and child. Yo, everybody that's doing something positive, salute yourself. You know what I mean?
I love that, bro. I love that. No doubt.
Word.
Yo, peace to you, my brother.
Thank you for joining us.
Lord.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Hold that book up one more time. Somebody's asking.
Yeah, hold that Nelly Fuller Jr. up for them one more time. Say the title. Read it out loud.
The title is The United Compensatory Code System, a compensatory counter-racist code. Every black person should own this book.
Absolutely.
Hold on. I got more.
Oh, shit. Destruction of black civilization. I see it.
Indeed. Know your history. You know what I mean? You gotta know your history.
It's the knowledge day. Know the ledge so you don't fall off the edge. And with that,
absolutely,
we appreciate you. Peace.
No doubt, 100.
With that, we've come to another end of the Yanadameen Godcast. I think this was a knowledge-filled episode. What do you think?
Absolutely knowledge-filled. And for those of y'all that don't know that Nearly Full, those are the cartoons that's the voice in the cartoon. A lot of the cartoons that we play. So
okay, and this man been breaking this racism game down for a long time now. Okay, and with that, another successful episode, Yanadameen Godcast.
Yes.
Amazing.
I am Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digga.
I'm Rod Raspy, Black Blue Sheep, whatever you guys want to call me.
Peace.
Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. Two fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian peace gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.